kind of a season recap video for you, seeing as how I haven't put anything on our YouTube channel this year. So we have been busy doing other projects, and we'll get into those as we move through the video. But what's happening right now, I visited this spot about a week ago. I put in some bait, fished over the bait, nothing happened, but I felt really fishy, so I decided to come back the next day and see what was going on over the bait hatch that I had done out during this one kind of patrol area for the fish. And I got a couple fish in less than an hour, so I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put some bait in today. I got my rod on the deck right now, just hopefully pick off a fish or maybe get some liners and just be more confident that there's some activity here. But my goal really is just to prime this swim for tomorrow, and I'll give you a little recap on how the year's gone for us. So thank you. See you tomorrow or later in the video. Okay, we just got all our gear out of the car, and there's some fish. Looks like they found the bait, and there's a little bit of activity in the margins near where I put the bait in. So hopefully we have a decent session. We've got 4 hours to fish. So before I waste too much time, I'm gonna get my rig in the water, and hopefully when I land the first fish, then I can start to recap how the season has gone, and let you know why I haven't been putting out a lot of videos up to this point. So here we go. off the mark. The weather is not what the weatherman expected, and the conditions aren't what I expected, and this whole season was full of different scenarios that fell outside the norm, including the weather and a bunch of other factors. So I'm gonna get this fish back in the water, and then I'll explain to you what went on this season. A couple of quick rig changes, and we managed to put this one on the bank. Okay, we finally put a fish on the mat. I knew the fish were around. I could see them rolling over the bait as soon as we got here today, so I wasn't patient with my first presentation. I gave it an hour, nothing happened. Switched that up, gave that half an hour and switched that up, and now I've pretty much matched my spot mix almost exactly, and so hopefully we got things dialed in, and we'll manage to pull another fish out of here before we're done. just thought it was like a bait runner going up.
Tripping you out with it.
Yeah. Hello. Okay, the rig change and the bait change seems to have worked out after the first 2 hours being quiet. I've had 2 fish in the last 15 minutes or so. So I'm gonna slip this one back in a second, and then I'll talk about how the rest of the season went and why I haven't posted a lot of videos. I've been fishing quite a bit with the Angler Files, making material for their channel, and enjoying every minute of it. So let's slip this one back, and then we'll talk about how the rest of the season went. So 2 fish now. I'm happy with how the day's gone. I have like an hour left. I might get another fish, I might not. And so the season itself, it was very busy, so I didn't make as many videos exclusively for this channel, the Monster Carp Tackle channel. So I just wanted to do a bit of a season recap. So did the early session with my daughter, Fish in Canada, Carp Cup, a couple videos with the Angler Files, and before you knew it, the season had basically slipped through my fingers. So I spent most of my personal fishing checking out new venues, and obviously when you go to new venues, it's not always productive. So I didn't do a lot of filming. I did take some photos at a few of the places. One of the videos, I think, took me eight sessions before I even got into any fish, and that was a canal video that I had made for the Angler Files. So between fishing a lot of new water and fishing with the Angler Files, I haven't dedicated a lot of time to this channel. But I did have some highlights over the season. I haven't got a mere carp yet this season, but I did manage to catch a buffalo. There's amazing fish. They're kind of neat. They're a kind of neat species, and I can insert a little clip here of me releasing that fish. Got my first buffalo. Pretty excited. Cool guy. Actually, I'm fishing the same rig today that I was fishing that day. The day I caught the buffalo, I was getting a lot of liners, and I was fishing a pop-up on a Ronnie rig, and I got tired of getting the liners, and I decided to switch to a German rig with 2 pieces of Monster Carp corn and an ESP pop-up corn on a size 6 Monster Carp Tackle Universal Perfection hook. And after that, it really turned on, and the same thing happened for me today. So I love fishing pop-ups, but I like catching fish more than I like blanking, and sometimes you gotta change up your tactics, and you know, and that seems to be the theme for this season. But with that said, if I don't catch anything else today, then I'm gonna make this my sign-off. Right, It's been over a year since we put out our last video, so it's only fair that we kind of recap how the year's gone and get you caught up with where Monster Carp is at, and what we've been up to this season, and what you can look forward to down the road. This season, for everybody, it seems like it was a tough go. Winter carried right on till late April, and it seems like we never really got a spring, and then we kind of went right into a really intense summer for heat and for lack of precipitation, and then that was pretty much relentless, and then it seems like we didn't even get a fall, and it's the beginning of October now, and the temperatures have dropped significantly. We're getting daytime highs right now around 12 degrees, which is quite a contrast from just only 2 weeks ago, where we were still consistently hitting 30 degrees during the day. So everyone's kind of off kilter with their fishing this season. My first fish this season was kind of a recapture with my daughter. I fished that goldie from the Anglophiles had caught in a previous year, and so it was kind of a neat way to kick off the year with the recapture of quite a character fish. He had some sort of spinal deformity, and he's very very unique, and I call him Quasimodo, and I don't know if he actually has a name, but that's who he is to me. So we started out with the recapture, and then that later this season we got a chance to fish the Fishing Canada Carp Cup. So I entered the tournament with Clint Murray, and it was kind of a last minute deal, and so we compared notes on what gear we needed, and put together a game plan and went out to fish the event, and we did quite well. I think we placed 5th, but we were only 7 pounds, I think, out of first, and we were basically only one upgrade. It was the total weight of their best 4 fish, and if we could have upgraded our low fish was 20 pounds. If we could have put a 30-pound fish on the bank during the tournament, then that would have leapfrogged us into first, and we'd be off to the big show. So we look forward to participating again next year, and actually seeing the footage from the event when Fishing Canada gets a chance to put it together and hopefully air it maybe September 2019, roughly. So the actual event itself was a blast. We did a lot of research on Google Maps, and we checked out all the swims that they had mapped out. There were some last minute changes due to the water level on the St. Lawrence. And as we were going around and checking out the different swims and the different pegs, we were matching them up based on our expectations from Google Maps, and we had a grocery list of spots that we wanted to get at the peg draw, and unfortunately some of them left and were picked by other anglers in the event, and the swim that we actually took was one that we liked on Google Maps, but we never got a chance to check out. We drove up a couple hours before the peg draw, and we drove around to all the different swims except for one. We ran out of time. We got stuck in traffic for a couple hours on the QBW, and so the one peg that we didn't get the chance to look at was the one that we actually took. It was one of our favorites based on the Google Maps, but we basically took it sight unseen, and but we had enough gear and bait that we were going to be pretty versatile with how we fished the event. I had a bunch of Monster Carp rods. We had the 3.5 pound test curve rod for spotting our bait at range. We had a couple of different rods in case we were going to be fishing in tight. We had all the bases covered, and we actually ended up expected that we were going to be fishing over a rock, but our swim seemed to, it was like a shallow back bay kind of area. And I think it served us well, but there was a little more bait, a little more weed in the swim than I was expecting. So I ended up going with a rocket feeder and fishing a Ronnie rig, kind of helicopter style, off of the main line between some beads with a pineapple pop-up and the Monster Carp pack bait in here. We threw basically everything at them, but we took the majority of our bites at night. Our swim, I think we got a couple fish in the morning here and there. If the water level was a little bit higher, I think we would have done really well all day. Or if spring was a little bit warmer, I think our swim would have been on fire. But we did really well, and I'm happy with how the event went, and I'm looking forward to participating again. Moving forward from there, we fished a couple venues with the angler files. We fished the whirlpool. That was a blast, and you can check out that video on their YouTube channel. What else did we get up to? Oh, we did a little segment for the angler files. We've really been challenging ourselves this year, fishing venues and sites and spots that we're not really familiar with, and it's been neat to kind of dissect the new spots. One of them was fishing a canal nearby, and that was tough. That was tough to crack the code on that spot. It took a lot of bait and patience, but I finally put together a good session, and you can check out that video. It'll probably be uploaded the first weekend of October, I would imagine. So by the time this video gets up, you should be able to find that on their channel. And we've been getting a lot of great feedback from customers from Instagram and Facebook and by email and through our YouTube channel. People checking out our products and our website, and you know, it's been neat to see where our customers are coming from. We've got orders coming in from Calgary, local orders from Toronto, orders from Quebec, Ottawa, California, Oregon, Indiana, Pennsylvania, all over. It's just kind of been a bit of an eye-opener, and I'm glad to see that carp fishing is you know, kind of taken off, and there's little hot spots, little communities of tight anglers all over, you know, supporting each other and you know, helping each other with photos and making videos. So it's really neat to see you know, the growth of carp fishing over the last couple of years, and you know, hopefully, you know, being in the position that we are with our lineup of products, that hopefully we can be, you know, one of your main sources of bait and tackle. So, you know, if you haven't checked out our website already, you can go to www.monstercarptackle.com and see what we have to offer. And you know, if there's some products that we don't carry that you'd like to see us have, you know, send us a message. And you know, we're trying to grow our lineup of products and you know, grow our network of dealers. And at the end of the day, like, you know, we like to fish carp just as much as you do. So there's products that we need to catch fish, and we're slowly trying to incorporate those into our lineup. And so we appreciate the business that we've gotten so far and the feedback that we've gotten on our rods and our bait. And we look forward to seeing, you know, what else you guys and girls you know, can do. You know, tag us on Instagram. We'd like to see how things are going, and we'd like to hear where everyone is from. And you know, and we're excited about carp fishing just as much as you are. So thanks again for your time. It's looking pretty long, but we don't know how much weeds might be on the line here. So And grab the net. That looks like a big, that's a big pectoral fin, man. All right. Coming down. Do it. It's got weird colors. Almost looks like a ghosty.
Yeah.
This might be a donk.
Is it a fatty?
It might be a donk. Just an amazing fish. I don't even know what to say. Happy Halloween, Monster Carp Tackle. Trick or treat. A big paddle there to do the business. That's quite a scrap.